All right, in this video we're going to go ahead and be adding and subtracting fractions, and we're going to start off up top with the adding and subtracting fractions that most folks like when they have like denominators. That means is at the bottom parts are the same. So in this fraction right here, if we're adding 4/5 plus 3/5, we notice that those denominators are the same, and so we go ahead and keep the denominator the same, and then we just add the top. We add the 4 plus 3, and that gives us 7. So we got 7/5. Pretty straightforward stuff. Can't reduce it, so we just leave it be. And the same goes for this common denominator part right here, that we got 1/10 minus 7/10. Same common denominators, and so we got 1. Oops, I don't know why I keep doing that. Got 1 minus 7. So 1 minus 7 we know is going to give us a negative 6/10, and we know that we can reduce that. First of all, I know that it is going to be a negative divided by a positive, so the fraction itself is going to be a negative, and 6/10 reduces down to 3/5. Okay, and so these would be our final answers here. So let's move on to these unlike denominators. So for the unlike denominators, oftentimes what I like to do is set them up in a vertical format, which basically means rewrite them. So the way that I do this is that I just take, of course, the first one right here, then whatever sign, follow it there, and then it's most students who struggle with adding fractions are going to go ahead and probably like the vertical format better. So if we have unlike denominators, what we have to do is find a common denominator. And if you're not certain how to find a common denominator, one way that always works is going to go ahead and count by that number on the bottom. Like say, for example, 3, just start at 3 and then keep going up by 3 until you get some numbers out there. And then same thing with 5. And as soon as you get a repeat number, that's your common denominator. Okay, and so what we want to do then is that we would throw 15 under there and 15 under there, because that's our target of what we wanted to go ahead and do. So what we're looking at is then we ask ourselves, what do I multiply a 3 by in order to get a 15? And the answer to that is going to be a 5. So I multiply the top and the bottom by a 5, and so that's going to give me 10/15 for the first fraction. Same thing with the bottom, where I ask myself, how do I get a 5 to look like a 15? I multiply the top and the bottom by a 3, like so, and that is going to give me 9/15. Okay, now I don't multiply, I add straight down. So this is, I want to go keep the denominator the same, so I got the 15 right here, and this is going to give me 10 plus 9, which is 19, and so I am going to have on the top in the numerator 19/15, and this will be my answer right here. Okay, let's try some other ones, especially if you're struggling. I've tried to go ahead and put in many different scenarios as possible. So let's look at 7/8 minus 3/4. First thing that we do is that we go 7/8 minus 3/4. Okay, we need common denominators. So with 8, and we go 8, 16, 24, and then with 4, we can go 4, 8, and it's like, oh, okay, there it is. Our common denominator is going to be an 8. So I go 8 on the bottom here, And I have to ask myself the same question: what do I multiply an 8 by in order to get an 8? And that number is going to be a 1. So the numerator remains unchanged. And what do I multiply a 4 by in order to get an 8? The answer is 2. And so, here we go. And what I want to do is go 3 times 2 up top. That's going to give me 6. And so now I bring down the common denominator, which is 8. And then I go 7 minus 6. So 7 minus 6 is going to give me 1. And so on top, I have this 1 over 8, or 1/8. And that is going to be the final answer for that one. All right, this next guy, that we notice that we're subtracting a negative. And to set this up, what we want to do is that we want to rewrite this before we start as 4 7s plus 1/2. All right? And since I like doing my fractions vertically, I'm going to set that up, 4 7s plus 1/2. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at, okay, let's make a few of those. Oops, I don't know why I put that little sign there. And for the 2, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So it looks like 14 is going to go ahead and be it, right? Because we got 14 here and 14 here. That's our common denominator. So I have to ask myself the same questions. How do I get a 7 to look like a 14? Multiply the top and the bottom by 2. And that's going to give me 8 over 14. How do I get a 2 to look like a 14? I got to multiply the top and the bottom by a 7. So I'm going to be bringing that on over, and now I'm ready to roll, finishing it off. Okay, so I always bring down my common denominator. Now I add up the numerators. 8 plus 7 is 15, and now we have our answer, 15 over 14. Okay. All right, here's another one that needs a little bit of setting up. And you notice that we have a negative fraction right here. And so we're going to have to deal with that guy. And so let's do that like the following, okay? I'm going to rewrite this, and just as a quality of life thing, I'm going to put that negative number up, or the negative sign up top. And I'll show you why that's going to make a difference in a moment. It's just going to ease of calculation here. So, and then I got the adding part right here, setting it up, and I am ready to roll. So remember, I just put that negative sign up there. I usually do that for some when it leads with a negative number, because it just ends up being a quality of life easier thing for me to keep track of. Okay. So we got to get our work in for this common denominator. So 6, 12, 18, etc., 24. And from here, we got 9 and 18, so we have a common denominator at 18. So bring this on over, and we got 18 and 18. And now we start the multiplication process. To get a 6 to look like an 18, I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3. But notice that this is a negative sign, so that's going to give me a negative 15 up top. Okay. And this down below, I'm going to be multiplying the top and the bottom by 2's, and so that's going to give me 2. All right. So keep doing the same thing, 18 on the bottom there. And now I have a negative 15 plus 2. Okay, so a negative 15 plus 2, that's going to give me a negative 13. Okay, and we can rewrite that as a negative 13 over 18. Put in the negative out in front if need be. In this case, we do need to do it. So that's how you do that. I think that that's a very slick way to get that knocked out. And we got a few other examples. This thing, I don't know what that guy is doing there. Some cursor that's flying around. Okay, so when we have these, a regular number, and when I should say regular number, just like an integer here, I set it up the same way, and I go plus, but I like to go 5 over 1. And from here, it's pretty straightforward when you have that. You just are going to bring over, okay, if you just have an integer number, just like that 5, But in order to get the bottom to look like an 11, you got to multiply the top and the bottom by an 11, and that's going to give me 55 over 11. Okay? So usually you just multiply those two together, and it gives you exactly what you want. So we're going to go ahead and from here add things up and keep the bottom the same. So let's get the bottom the same as we've practiced, over 11. And so we got 3 plus 55, and that's going to go ahead and be 58. So 58 over 11. And then finally we got some mixed numbers. And so mixed numbers are a little bit tricky. And so this is how I usually do those out, is that I like to rewrite them as improper fractions first. So that means multiply these two and then add that number. So looking through, 3 times 4, 12, plus, plus 3 is going to give me 15. And so I would have 15 over 4. Bring the minus down. And now I got to do the same thing, multiply, and then add. Okay. So that is going to go ahead and give me the 1 times 7, which is 7, add 5, and that's going to give me 12. And now I'm not done. I have to set this up in order for me to go ahead and finish it off. Okay, so we look at common denominators. Okay, I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. And some of you guys can do this in your head. I'm just showing a way that everybody can do regardless of skill level, counting by the numbers, and you'll see that you'll go ahead and it'll work every time. Might take a little bit longer, but if you struggle with fractions, it's better than getting it wrong all the time and being frustrated. So we got 28 is going to be our target number right here. So I asked myself, what do I multiply 4 by in order to get a 28? And that's a 7. Okay, so up top, it looks like I'm going to have 15 times 7, which is what, 105? Okay, and then I have a 4, okay, on the bottom here, and a 4 on the bottom here to complete that part of the puzzle, and that's going to give me 48. And so we'll bring in everything down. We go ahead and we got the 28 here. And now I have to just go 105 minus 48. And if you can't remember how to do that, then you would just do it off to the side. Be like, all right, let's see, I got to borrow 1. And then this is going to go down to a 9 right here, right? And so we would go ahead and have a 7, so 57, okay? And so we got 57, pardon me, over 28. And now, since it's in a, we started off with mixed numbers, we usually probably want, if we start with mixed numbers, probably want to put it back into mixed numbers. And so what I want to do is I want to divide 28 into 57. Let's see, so that will go in there, I believe, twice. So that would give me 56, and then 1 left over. And so I would write that as 28. So this, or I'm sorry, not 28. Got it in the wrong spot there. The number that is up top right here is going to be the number that it goes out in front. So that's going to give me 2. And then, this part right here, the leftover, is going to be the numerator. Okay, so I'd have 1. I'm struggling with my colors here. So 1. We'll just go backward. This is crazy. All right, so 1 right there, all over 28, which is where we would get this from. And that's how you would wrap up that final answer. Okay, so that's just kind of a little bit of a a summary of adding and subtracting fractions. And hopefully that helped, and I will see you in the next video.